Alright, so let's throw one up on the board and let's see what y'all can do with it. It's going to be a little bit different because it's going to have a negative out front just like the last one. But it's going to have something different. What's different? And the 2. You can't have a coefficient of greater than 1 in order to complete the square. So you got to do something with that 2. What are you going to do with it? Erase it? We can erase it. It's easier to erase it. Factor it. Factor out not only the negative, but factor out the negative what?
2.
That's the first step, just basically put your blanks in. And now you're going to factor out the negative 2. So go ahead and do that. And do we need to get decimals? No. You're defeating the purpose if you get decimals, because then you're saying I need to use my calculator.
It's 27, right? Yeah. It's straight up to this. See how you like it. Long way to say thanks. You know more about that. I was eating soup with one hand and driving with the other. And it was not a smart idea, but I managed to eat my soup, but then it came with the cost. I had the burn through my tongue. I'll just rely on it.
It'd be easier to erase the negative 2, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think you ought to do that. When you factor it out, of course that leaves you with x squared here, and that's what you want. Minus what? 3 halves x plus blank is equal to negative 2. 7 plus negative 2 times what? Alright, now what? We're going to take 3 over 2 and divide it by what? And so this is where you forget everything that you learned with fractions because you're supposed to go into account. Right? 3/2 divided by 2/1 and squared. Now, I tell people that, a lot of people say, what about the negatives? Negatives don't matter because what are you going to do? Square it, so it doesn't matter whether you put the negative in or not. So, 3/2 divided by 2/1, what do you do? 3/2 times 1/2 is what? 3/4, and then 3/4 squared is just like the wrench, 9/16. Then old wrench right above 1/2. All right, now finish it.
So that 3/2 is that
When you divide this by -2, you get 1. When you divide this by -2, you get this. Now we're going to make a little note here because, like I said, this is what some students do. They try to complete the square right here. What did I do first? Factor first. So you need to make that distinction, all of you, because some of y'all try to complete the square first. I don't know why. And then well, the left-hand side is shortcut number 2. So that's going to give us -2. X minus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to 7 minus, well that will cancel here, you get -9/8. What? Square root of this term. Square root of that term is A. Square root of that term is B. A minus B, quantity squared. Shortcut. I'll erase it. Where?
At the very end,
Right
like
here.
cross
Oh.
out. Yeah.
That -2 belongs to the front. All right, that -2. This is -2 over what? 1. So that 2 and that 16 will cancel. You're left with -1 times 9 over 1 times 8. Okay. -2. I don't know how. -2 x minus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to 20, 4 times 30, 7 times 8 is what, 56? 56/8? So our equation in intercept, almost intercept form, is 56 minus 9 is what? 47 over 8. So this is what we'll take over to the next page to finish it. Hmm? I don't know. You know why people forget that? Anybody want to take a guess at it? Because they're used to what? Not you, I'm just saying, people forget that because they can calculate. Completing the square is designed for you to use what? The brain. That's why people don't like it. Yes. Yeah, you have to switch it. In other words, that's 7 over 1 minus 9 over 8. So 1 will go into 8. How many times? 8 times. 8 times 7 is 56. All right, so we're going to take that over to the next page. All right, what I want you to do is I want you to finish it out. Got another 3 or 4 steps. I want you to sketch it and find the domain, range, and increasing and decreasing values. And if you can't do it, then that means you're a failure, loser, and you should quit school so you can live in a ditch. And blame Bush for the rest of your life for all your failures. Do we have x-intercepts?
Yes.
No, we do not. Why? Because when you divide that 47/8 by -2, what do you get? Negative number, Hubert. That's right, class. And you can't take the square root of a negative number. That's right, class.
Wouldn't the 2 switch to positive and switch it to the other side? Divide
Not when you divide by both sides by -2, you don't. You're thinking of adding and subtracting. I think I have people meditating. I see some people meditate. I like
Do we go ahead and,
You need to quit.
well, I take the square out of it, just go ahead and do x squared minus,
Well, first of all, what's our y-intercept? Somebody go back. What's our y-intercept? Our y-intercept is what? -7. So that's our y-intercept. Okay, so we got that. Now let's find our vertex. Vertex is equal to what? 3/4, comma, -47/8. If you need the vertex form of this, you put the f of x in front of the whole problem, and then you write it, -2 times x minus 3/4 quantity squared, and then what do you do with that positive 47/8? Bring it across, and that'll be -47/8. And the vertex is opposite of this, which is 3/4, and bring this down to the same thing. So this is, put an or there, so you all won't have a connection. I've been saying that since we started this. So nobody should be surprised when you see these two together. So now to find the x-intercepts, what do? Solve for what? Solve for x. Solve for x. So negative 2 times x minus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to 47 over 8. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2 over 1. That's what you're doing. Let's go out. You get x minus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to multiply by negative 1/2, and that gives us what? Negative 47 over what? 16. And then the next spot is when you can't do it. How do you undo a square? Take the square root. Can't do this. So that means in your brain you should be saying we have no what? No x-intercepts. Now, I'm going to show you how to finish it. You got to use I. And I is just another way of writing x. So x minus 3/4 is equal to, I'm going to break this up into the square root of 47. What just happened, man? Something just disappeared. Something was there. I guess I'm seeing things. Shut up. Square root of negative 1 square root of 47 over 16. What I do? Factor out a negative 1, because the square root of negative 1 is what? I. Think the class. What's the square root of 47? Come on, y'all can do it. Come on, you can do it. 6 point. Good job. I'm very proud of y'all. You didn't even look at a calculator. 6.8 or 6.9, whichever one you want to use.
Square root. The square root, you don't have to do it on the other side.
Hmm? You can factor out anything. All I'm doing is breaking this up into its parts. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like when you take it out, don't you have to take it out on the other side? You don't have to do that.
Factoring out, you don't. Now, when you divide both sides, you have to. But it's not factored. Because I still have negative 47/16 over here. I didn't change the mathematical value. I just broke it up into its parts. Now, this, hold on. So, x minus 3/4 is equal to 6.8i over 4. And you bring this over. X is equal to 6.8i plus 3 over 4. Does this do you any benefit for sketching a graph? No. Because you already know what you need to know for the graph, and that is what? This is just a way of writing it and not have negative square root of negative 1 in the geometry and into that. That's what this is. So you need to get used to doing this. But as far as the graph goes, you need to realize this. And finish it out like that, just so you know how to do it. So let's sketch it. I'm just gonna erase all this over here.
Is it before you ever deny that we don't put positive, negative,
You can, but there's no use because you're not gonna graph anything. Or you can put it.
that doesn't even matter?
Yeah, because you're not gonna add 6.8i plus 3. You're not gonna do it because you can't add. That's apples and oranges. You can't do it. Where before you could. So, let's take our handy dandy virtual eraser. That's not right.
Don't forget to that.
About ready to quit. My brain is about mush after 4 classes. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Don't forget to like, when we screw with 716, you don't make any more work.
Well, we need to finish it because the test, as well as homework questions, will ask you to put it in terms of I. So you need to be able to do that. Now, if you can do it without any problem, then you don't need to practice. But if you need to practice, then practice. 0, -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 3/4. 3/4 will be right here, and 8 will go in that how many times? 8 times 6? -6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And which way is it opening? So we're not going to have what? 8 times. So what's the domain? All real numbers, just like always. Range, negative infinity to what? Negative infinity to negative 47/8. Increasing from negative infinity to 3/4. And decreasing from what? 3/4 to what? To infinity. From 3/4 to infinity, what's going on? That's it. So some of y'all are starting to see the pattern. This guy is always where?
There.
And this guy comes from there. X, domain, domain, increasing and decreasing values, all are in terms of what? X. Range is the only one that's in terms of what? Y. Okay. So let's try nerding. Now so far, what have we talked about? We've talked about A being 1. About ready to quit. talked about A equaling 1. We've talked about A being greater than 1. We've talked about A being negative. We've talked about a negative number greater than 1 being in front of the A and factoring it out. So what is A as a fraction? You erase it. Good job. All right, try that one. You're about at number 8, around 7 or 8 right now as far as difficult. 10 being difficult, 1 being easy. The first, the first completing the square we did was what? X squared plus 4x plus 4. And that was a 1. Now I would just erase the 1/2 and 3/4 and you can do a problem. I don't know why algebra, why it's so hard. People just don't, people just don't understand. That's what the eraser's for. Why did that bridge fall down? Well, the engineer erased half the formulas.
The guy I work for,
Mm-hmm.
he's an engineer, he does job picture, and he said that the DOT changed the metric for 1 year. And changing the metric, the rest of the world's on metric. They're the only one on the standards. And so he said it lasted for a year because
They couldn't do.
nobody knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like bridges would turn out like 3 foot short.
Yeah,
How'd that happen?
it's true. When I was growing up, I went to Varennes Elementary School over here on 29. And all during my 5th, 6th, and 7th grade at Southwood, we were being hammered. You gotta learn this metric system. You gotta learn it. The end of the world is coming, and the rest of the world is learning the metric system, and we've got to learn it, and we've got to learn it. And this was about the same time that your friend was talking about everybody was being forced to use the metric system, and then people started figuring out, bump it, we're the United States, we'll do whatever we want. And that's when everybody started saying, okay, well, you don't have to use it, but you need to know about it. So now they just teach, you need to know about it, you need to know about it. But there for about 3 or 4 years, they were just banging it in our heads and saying, you gotta learn it, you gotta learn it, you gotta learn it, because it's gonna switch. It's like somebody was gonna turn on the light switch and everything was gonna be metric. It didn't happen. Well, it did happen, and everybody said, bump this. No sneezing, please. start meditating. Hmm? You done or you meditating? Okay. Okay, Miss Anderson is here. Mr. Barry? I don't see him. Miss Bohr? Crane? Is today layout on Hubert Day? Crenshaw? DeVore? Evans is here. Fisher? Hall? Keller came in. Lou is here. Moore? Nix? Pace was here. Did I see who it is? Page?
Here.
Pahela?
You got it close.
I don't know why I cannot pronounce that.
I'm here.
How do you say it?
Pahela.
Pahela.
You know,
Like
hey,
Kahela.
you know,
Like Kahela.
You know, like what horses eat.
Kahela.
What straight horses eat.
I don't know why these pictures are coming up.
You know, when it was just straight horses.
Well, I'm taking the role, Mr. Pahela. Show everybody how to do this problem.
All right. I'm gonna need your board.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
He was gonna do it.
Did I ever tell y'all about the guy that knew everything in my class? There was a guy one time, and it was a guy. Usually, most of the time, it is guys, and he invented mathematics. He invented it. He wrote the book and everything. So I finally got tired of hearing him. I finally got tired of it. He wouldn't shut up. So I finally said, "I tell you what, Mr. So and So, I'm kind of feeling peaked. I want you to show us how to do this problem." I had no idea this was going to happen. I didn't even think about it because I thought he would get up and make a bunch of mistakes. He got up, and the first thing he started doing was stuttering. He started stuttering. Because what is stuttering? It's nervousness. He started stuttering, and then he started sweating profusely. And he had on a gray, the athletic gray shirts. He had on this athletic gray shirt, and by the time he got through, it was dark black. I mean, it was black because he had sweated so much. Never did have a problem out of him again. I just thought he was going to mess up. I didn't think he was going to do all that.
Did he get the problem right?
No, he didn't even get halfway through it. But he never did say anything after that. Mr. Sabb is here. Sloger, I didn't see her today.
I mean, I know I talk a lot, but that's usually when I don't understand something.
No, you can't hold a candle to this guy. This guy, every sentence that I spoke, he would have some kind of sarcastic, some kind of remark. Stone, Walton, and Woods.
Here.
I got a teacher now that I'll raise my hand to ask a question and he'll wait for like 3 whole minutes and go on to something totally different. I'm still with my hand up. And then I gotta bring him all the way back and then he's mad.
What's the teacher? What subject?
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Who is it?
We all.
They're all good.
Who?
They're all good.
Never heard. What does Rate My Professor say?
Jarrell.
I hadn't read it.
You hadn't read it? Well, let's go read it. Huh?
I think this is his first semester though.
No, he said this is third year.
Okay.
I asked him, he said he's taught for 33 years. Terrible. Terrible. But you gave me
Y'all have rate my professor and y'all don't even use it.
I used it at the end of the semester.
Oh, you do?
I gave some of my teachers last semester awful reviews.
What'd you say? Well, that's true. You're in a specialty area. I was just saying for general education. And what's his name? Hood, like a hood?
Yeah,
Like the
H-O-O.
hood.
Yeah, he
White
got
guy
it.
from the hood.
Yeah, look it up. He's at,
Where's the alphabetical order? Oh.
it'll be, he's not at Tri-County.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's not in Macon semester. I looked him up at the beginning of the semester, he wasn't in.
Was it good, right?
Yeah, he taught somewhere else before Tri-County. So just type in Darrell. Just type in Darrell. D-E-R-R-E-L-L.
D-E-R-R-E-L. You got him down, hadn't you?
He's looked him up a bunch.
What was this, right?
That dude told me, I was in lab, and this, I got a paper ball, and I shot it in the trash can, and he was like, can you not do that? And I was like, you serious? This dude's like maybe a couple years older than me.
Okay, I give up. D-E-R-R-E-L-L.
Try one R, I don't know.
I think it's one R.
Y'all can't spell.
And you don't know what's going necessary. What's going necessary?
D-E-R-E-L-L. O.
No, it's two R's.
Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
And it's still necessary.
Nope.
What's that?
Well, they're supposed to have the list. They've changed this site.
What's your ratings on there?
I don't know, but I got a bad one last semester because that girl I threw out, she like tore me up
Why'd you throw her out?
because she was rude.
Apparently people think you're hot. It says that you're like hot on there.
That's because the air conditioning is off. Shut up!
You got the flame. It's not just the temperature, it's the flame in there.
Hush. I can't find, I don't know how you look up anything on this one. Usually they have the letters across there, so you're supposed to type up hood and they're supposed to show you all the hoods. No. There we go. No, I can't. There ain't no hoods.
Maybe he just comes in there and says he's the teacher.
Maybe probably some kind of pervert.
No, he's like our age. Or like he's probably in his late 20s.
Late 20s. I thought he was at least 20. No, he has a master's in that. He said he has a master's.
All right, I'll look one more time. Let me look up school and look up Clemson. Well, we're fixing to find out if I could ever find his name.
What was the other order? What he does is he doesn't know how to teach because he'll go on a slide, spend like maybe 30 seconds, and then we'll go.
Oh, there we go. Department,
Never come
science.
back to it. So we're like half.
I wonder if they have chemistry. If they don't have chemistry, it's probably science. Oh, there it is.
He always gets mad when we ask him to go back. And then he'll stay out of every class 3 seconds.
Okay, here we go. We cooking with peanut oil now.
How?
He done took his name off of us. And he's not at Tri-County. Let's look again.
You check the Predator website.
Yes. Check the Predator website.
The thing is, we can afford it, you can like watch this thing.
Buddy, he ain't in here.
Yeah,
He done took his name off.
I forgot that camera was there.
What?
I know.
Dang it.
What?
Bigfoot.
If the teacher were to watch this video, he knows my voice pretty well, so I'm pretty sure he'd give me a pretty bad live grade.
If he did, then you could sue him.
In college, they can do whatever they want to do.
No, they're not doing it.
If they're what?
Senior,
Think what?
like if you're there, certain like kids.
Darn, I have 278 rating.
Let's look at it.
No.
Yeah, 4.7, that's
Yeah,
not
the
bad.
happy face, that's good.
Look at that. Boy, that's different.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
What'd you say?
Did not prepare us well for the exam. Tests were fairly easy as well, and homework was limited to untries for homework and 2 or 3 tries for tests. Teachers using Excel, which can lead to confusion. That irritates me because I tell them 5 or 6 times. Miss Evans, didn't I tell y'all? I use Excel for what? Organization. Didn't I tell her you do not have to use it. And there she goes telling me.
What, Matt? Which one was it?
Very moody. Yeah, I'm moody when you're rude. I don't want to look at no more. That puts me in a bad mood.
Did you say just like get out?
Yeah.
Really?
No, she said something, well, you're like being a jerk. And I said, well, you can leave. No, she was mad at me because she had asked me a question 5 minutes after I just did the problem because she was too busy playing on her Facebook. And that's why I did away with laptops. They were supposed to do away with laptops. But if you pay attention, then I don't have a problem with it. But she was just being rude. So anyway, I don't want to look at that. That'll put me in a bad mood, and then I'll make y'all then I'll bring out y'all's test, and y'all won't be able to pass. So I don't want to look at it. I don't
It's a
want-
really nice song. It's
What?
It goes, I don't even want, no, and then it goes on to even from our telephone and that Nancy Lee did, but that's all.
And who's doing that?
Hell.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it. All right, y'all ready? Now that we've done wasted half the class. All right. 1/2. Factor that out. Well, let's just rewrite it right now. Factor out the 1/2. Now, just to help y'all out, what do you do when you factor? Which operation? You divide. Okay?
Do the fraction first.
Hmm?
You have to do the fraction first.
Can't put a fraction.
You want the whole thing by 4.
Go ahead, see if you get the right answer. It won't work that way. Remember when I told y'all about the find X, when the person goes, here it is, nothing's that easy. No, you said, why would you just multiply by 4? Well, there's sometimes you can do that. But sometimes, if you're trying to get the equation in another form, that defeats the purpose. Now, if you were solving for X, yeah, you can do that.
I
But-
did just the same way, because in the end I got 2x squared plus 3x plus 8, 0. And then you just go regular single square.
What's the vertex?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to factor. Okay?
Wait, vertex? Wait, I got it. Negative 3/4, 47/8.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. All right, if I had it done. And that's going to give us, pull the 1/2 out. And that's going to give us x squared And then 3/4, what are we gonna do? Divide by 1/2, you multiply by what? 2/1, which will give you 6/4 or 3/2. All right, now complete the square. So I'm gonna pull out 3/2 right here. I'm just gonna pull B out. 3/2 divided by 2/1 multiplied by 1/2 is equal to 3/4. 3/4 quantity squared is what? Put a 9/16 here and a 9/16 here. So your equation should look like this. 1/2 x plus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to, well, this is going to be 9/32. 64/32 plus 9/32 is 73/32. Y'all check my math. This is 9/32. I'll go up here and show you how I did it. 9/32. And that makes this 2, 64 over what? And 64 plus 9, y'all check me, it should be 73. Now we're going to take that guy on the next page. So what is your vertex? Negative 3/4 and negative 73/32. Okay? Now solve it. Yes.
So when you go to clear the fractions out,
When you're solving equations, when you are solving equations, that's when you factor out. We're not solving equations. What we're doing is we're trying to put the quadratic form into the intercept form. So we're not solving. So that's a good thing that you brought it up though. So we're going to solve it. How do you get rid of multiplying by 1/2? Or multiply both sides by 2. So now you can multiply both sides by 2. Because we're solving. And that'll give us x plus 3/4 quantity squared is equal to 73/16. What tells me that I'm on the right track? Anything over here tell me I'm on the right track? 16. Usually, there's going to be one number that you can take the square root of real easy. Now, not all the time. Sometimes you're going to get some crazy numbers. You got that square root. And sometimes you might have to rationalize the denominator. Take the square root of both sides. X plus 3/4 is equal to blank over 4. Now we just need to think of 73. Let's see. 64 is what? 8. Square root of 64 is 8. And square root of 81 is 9. So 64 to 81, that's 17, right? Half of 17 is what? 9? Or 8? Is 16? That's good enough. 8 added to this is what? 72.5 or whatever is equal to 8.5. What do we need? Oh my gosh, look over there. So I think it's probably 8.6. Somebody look it up.
It's 8.5.
8.5.
Genius.
I know this miracle. And you know, some of y'all could have been taught that for 12 years of your life, and that way when you got to college, you wouldn't have to struggle. X is equal to positive or negative 8.5 minus 3 over 4. Now we just do our money. What's $8.50 minus $3? $5.50 divided by 4.
$1.
$1 something. No, you do the calculator. Use your calculator.
$1.38.
Good job. 1.4. That's one x-intercept. Negative 8.5 minus 3 is, I have no earthly idea because I can't add very well. 11, negative 11. Negative 12 divided by 4 is what? Negative 3? That's close enough. So sketch it and give me my domain and range. No, I'm off the clock.
Where did that 16 come from under the 73?
I just made it up.
Made it up. Okay, all right.
Sketch it, domain, range, increasing and decreasing values. All right. So what was our y-intercept? Y'all got to remind me.
0,
Negative 2. Let's look. Yeah. 0, negative 2. So 0, negative 2. 1, 2. And what is our vertex? Somebody tell me what the vertex is.
Negative 3/4.
Negative 3/4.
So negative 73 over 32, which
That'd be 36. Be 72.
there's a decimal would be
Two.
2.28.
2.28 right out here. And then what's our x-intercepts? Positive side. 1.4. There's 1.4 right about there. And then -4. Is it -3? Domain on reals. Range is from negative, whatever this is, y. Whatever you told me it was, what was it? -2.8 to infinity. Decreasing negative infinity to, what is it, 3/4? And then increasing from 3/4 to what? To infinity, Hubert. Thank you, class. Let me ask you a question. On completing a square, is that mathematics very hard? Then why don't you talk that?
So it's not enough calculus?
It's not what's calculated. And then people wonder why people who graduate high school can't make change in the cash register. Because what are they training you to do? And not what? Not think.
It's a conspiracy.
It is, and it's all Bush's fault. He didn't. You just gotta watch the news. If you watch the news, then you know why I say Bush's fault all the time. It is.
Obama's the guy.
Because Obama blames him for everything.
I was looking up conspiracy theories, and Obama is apparently an interdimensional lizard man.
He's also the Antichrist.
You are on drugs. All right, y'all get out of here. Have a good day. All right, now, listen, let me tell you this. You should be working on chapters 2 and chapter 3 on one.
When's our first test?
We're going to have one probably at the end of this next week coming up. And it's going to be on chapter 2, and y'all will be able to ace it because we're doing all this stuff. So y'all will be okay. And then we'll have one on chapter 3 probably a couple of weeks after that. If not sooner.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the conspiracy.
Have you seen the video or what's that? Bodyguard?
Yeah. John Gets